Hey guys, we're back again with our good friend Casey. We've made some drinks over the past year, and today we're gonna go with an old standby, but was probably the #1 bourbon cocktail in the world, I would have to imagine, the Old Fashioned. And this day, it's gonna be a Woodford Old Fashioned, all things Woodford. We're gonna add a little local touch to it here in a second, small, but I think good. So Casey, tell me what I'm doing.
Yeah, so we are making just a classic Woodford Reserve Old Fashioned today, and we're actually using all Woodford Reserve specific ingredients to make it. And all of these, like always, are available here. So like I said, just a basic Old Fashioned. We're gonna kind of make it even easier for you guys with some of these ingredients we have in front of us. So Brad, you and I are gonna test our hand at making these now, if you're ready.
Let's do it.
So we are gonna start by just adding some ice to our mixing glass. Go. All right. And then we will add 1.5 ounces of Woodford Reserve Kentucky Straight Bourbon. Fun way to kind of do a riff on this would be to use one of our other expressions, maybe the rye whiskey or the wheat whiskey, the malt. All of them work really nicely in classic cocktails.
So as usual, I went a touch over the recommended amount of bourbon.
Always. I've learned to
It's just
expect
my
that when I
standard
come here.
It's my standard move.
All right, and then we're going to add 1/2 ounce of this Woodford Reserve Old Fashioned cocktail syrup. And I think you know what to do next. We're gonna give it a nice stir over ice. All right, and then this is that local touch you talked about. So we are gonna use 2 cubes of Kentucky Straight ice that we got right from the freezer behind us here at the Springhurst store.
Highly recommend.
Just the perfect old-fashioned ice cubes, the best. And then once those are in our glass, all we're gonna do is strain our cocktail over ice. We've got like the biggest rocks glasses ever here today, don't we?
They knew I was coming. So when you have a giant glass, you can have a lot of it, and so this amount seems like a small amount.
Seems reasonable.
It's a
before you start
mind
enjoying,
trick.
we've still got our garnishes. So we are gonna squeeze our orange peel, the rind side out into our glass, and then kind of give it a nice rub around the rim there. And then our final ingredient, which this is super controversial for an old fashioned, but we are gonna add a Woodford Reserve bourbon soaked cherry today.
Oh boy.
Just because they're delicious.
Okay.
I know this is not the classic recipe.
But that's why we're here.
But why not mess with it?
Break some boundaries.
Yep, exactly. Why not try something different today? And these cherries are just, oh my gosh, they're my favorite in any cocktail. They could spice up like a bourbon and Coke even. So.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
Ready?
Classic old fashioned.
Cheers.
So nice.
Well, that's good.
So the great thing about this is this cocktail syrup, it's got some additional flavors and aromas in it that are outside of just a regular simple syrup. So it just kind of spices up your cocktail a little bit more.
There's more going on, and if you follow me, probably none of you, but if you do, we've made some old fashions in this program.
Yes, we have.
And this one there is a little more going on.
A little more depth,
this.
a little more.
I like it.
Yeah.
And the cherry is a nice touch. Boy, that's delicious. Well, there you have it, the old fashioned, or if we were really cool, we'd call it the new fashioned because we put a cherry in it. But anyway, thanks to Casey, it was delicious. All of this is available at Liquor Barn. Pretty easy steps if you followed there. We'll see you next time.